Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rosie and I love all things beauty, and for today's video I'm going to be putting on all my favorite beauty products or makeup products. Some are new, some are old, but one thing for sure is I love all of these products. So if you're interested in what my current favorites are, please keep watching and don't forget to like and comment on this video. Let me know what you guys want to see in future videos. You can also follow me on Instagram. I try to post there as often as I can, but for now, let's jump right into this video and here we go. Alrighty, you guys, let's get on with the video, and I'm going to use my favorite so far. Let's start off with primer. Currently I've been loving this e.l.f. liquid poreless putty primer. I believe they have a solid version of this. Never tried that. I actually haven't tried a lot of primers from e.l.f., but when I got my hands on this one, because I saw there was a lot of good reviews on this, I figure why not try it. And honestly, this has been probably one of my favorite primers. I'm not really much of a primer person anyway, but this one really does make a difference in my makeup that I've noticed. So I like to pour it on my hand first and rub it and then pat it down. But I love it because it does smooth out my pores a bit, as well as any fine lines I have. I am 33 and turning 34 this year, so I do have wrinkles, like fine lines. Not that you can probably tell that much, but I do. And this kind of primer really helps fill in those small areas. Oh my god, my lips feel so dry right now. Oh, here's another favorite. It is the Jouer Essential Lip Enhancer. It's like it's a conditioning lip treatment, and this has saved my lips on so many occasions. It's so juicy, so hydrating. It literally cures any problem I have with my lips, any dryness. I'm gonna let that sit there while I do the rest of my makeup. So good. This stuff is amazing. Next, I'm going to use my concealer, and yes, I am loving the Tower 28 and the L'Oreal, but if I'm being really honest with you guys, before I even bought that, I've been using the Nyx Bare With Me concealer serum. I use it for work literally every day. Every single day. I only take about that much. It's like, and it comes in a pump. I only take about that much. Put a little bit on both of my fingers and just dab. And that's literally all I do. And then I run it down. And I would use it just like this, like alone. Just the concealer. Throw on some mascara, some liner, some brow pencil, and maybe a little bit of eyeshadow. But I wouldn't put any foundation on. This would be all I would put on for work. And it's so nice. It feels hydrating. It feels really, really nice. I love it. Now for foundation, I have two favorites. Don't know which one I want to use. I have the Nars Light Reflecting Foundation, and I also have the L'Oreal True Match Super Blendable Foundation. This was a recommendation from a co-worker of mine. She's a good friend of mine, and she said that that was her, or is her, ultimate favorite foundation. And I wanted to try the original, and I noticed they had the reformulated version along with a pump because the last one didn't have one. But I still decided to try it anyway, and I did, and I freaking love this stuff. This is like a staple. It like blurs your face. It's almost like you have a filter without having a filter, if that makes sense. Like, I have no filter on this video, so you can see every little imperfection I do have. That way you guys can see the products and how they work without any help with like video editing or anything like that. And this is the perfect shade for me, the shade N3. I haven't found a foundation that has that much of a perfect shade match for me. So what I do is do like a pump at a time. So I'll do one pump, take my brush and start spreading it. This is the perfect shade for me, you guys. I kid you not. It's just so freaking awesome. It feels like a high-end, honestly. It feels really, really luxurious, really nice. Not like a full coverage. It's buildable, yes, but I prefer the light to medium kind of coverage. And with this product, I prefer just a thin layer. I don't want to layer too much over this. One layer is perfect for me. Looks really nice on the skin, kind of gives it a blurred effect. Now I will be using a setting powder, and this is from Ciate London. It's called the Everyday Vacay Coconut Setting Powder. It looks really white, but it's translucent. This stuff looks so flawless on the skin. I'll show you guys. I'm gonna use a little puff. Now I'll add this to those areas I told you guys about. One of my biggest problem areas. I have dry skin, but sometimes my skin does like to get shiny in certain areas, which is my T-zone and my forehead. My T-zone and a little bit right here on my cheeks. My current favorite when it comes to bronzer, it is the Essence Kissed by The Light, and this one's in the shade Sun Kissed. It looks like a highlight a little bit, but I try not to focus too much on this side. I swipe my brush all on this area right here, trying to avoid this because it gives it too much of a glow. But if you just focus on this section, it gives like a very subtle glow, but also a nice bronzy look. So this is what I do. I just put my brush on that side, give it a little bit of a tap, and then I bounce my brush on the areas I would like to bronze a bit to give myself a little bit of a color. See how it gives it like a little bit of a subtle glow on top of being bronzed. And that is it right there. I do, however, like to use a bit for my nose, but I like to focus on more of the matte side. Here, I'll show you guys. I'll use a brush like this, and I'll just focus on the matte side. I'll use my hand, I'll tap a little bit on the back of my hand, and then I will add it to my nose. Looks a little crazy right now, but I promise you it's gonna look better as soon as I get it all blended. Right, next is blush, and I like to use the Essence Pure Nude Baked Blush. This color has been my favorite for quite some time. It is the shade Bold Heart, but I just recently picked up the shade Pink Flush, so I'm not sure which one of the two I want to use. I kind of want to use this one. Looks really pretty. This one's a lot more shimmery than this one, so I think I'm gonna mix the two only because I like both shades anyways, and maybe it'll tone down the shimmeriness of the pink one. I like the mix of both of them. The shade looks really pretty. Ooh, they look really pretty together. Okay, I'm loving it, I'm loving it. All right, next is the eyes. I'm going to use two different ones because both of them I am loving so much. Like, so much. So we're gonna start off with the Juvia's Place, the coffee shop palette. And I've shown you guys on the Instagram reel, and these are the colors. The colors are so beautiful and so rich. I've been really enjoying this palette. It's such a basic color palette, but also it can take you to the next level in a way. So I'm gonna start off by the lightest shade, which is right here. I always start with a light shade for the brow bone area because I don't have much lid space, so when I do add colors or even darker colors close to the top of, or to my brow, it starts to look a little weird. So I feel like a light shade near my brow really helps separate the colors for me. Even though I will take a color really close to the brow, I still think it looks way better when I place a really brightening kind of color to my brow. But to each their own, not everybody does that. But for me, it does really help me. Right, next shade I'm gonna go with is this one right here, just to give it some depth. Colors are very rich and very beautiful when it comes to blending. I have not really had to work too hard to do the blending. And I do like to layer my shades from light to dark a lot of the time. Sometimes I do it backwards depending on how I feel that day, but today I'm going to go from lightest to darkest. The next shade I'm going to be using is this one, but I'm going to switch with a sort of a flat but fluffy brush, and I'm going to use this shade right here. Definitely don't need too much of this color because look at that. Super pigmented. But like I said, it blends out really nicely. I don't know if you guys know this, but this section right here never ever blends. And it doesn't matter what shadow I use, what brand I use, what primer I use, it always looks funky on this side. That's just how my eye is, so don't think it's the shadow at all. It's just my eyes, my skin, don't know why. Now the star of the show, or the main attraction, should I say, for the lid is gonna be my next current favorite. It is the Danessa Myricks Lightwork Palette Volume 5. It is the I Am palette, and let's see, which shade do I want to use? Actually, I think I'm going to use 2 shades. I'm gonna try this shade Unstoppable, as well as I'm gonna say the shade Loved, because that's a really nice shade. And with these shadows, I like to use my finger because I feel like that's the best way to apply these shadows. I'm going to use Unstoppable on the outer part of the lid, not covering the first shadows we used. I like to cover it just a little bit, but only where it meets this new shade. And then a little bit towards the top. And then the next shade is going to be Loved. Such a beautiful shade. And that's going to be the rest of the lid, the inner corner and the middle. I don't like cut creases that much on me. I prefer a gradient. Even if it is a cut crease, it would be a soft cut crease, if that makes sense. The edges are more smoothed out, blended out, looks more soft than a harsh line. But something like that. And I do like to add the shimmer just a little bit, like tiny reflex towards the top. I feel like that's like the prettiest. All right, that wing went a little bit crazier than I expected it to, than I wanted to. So we're just gonna go with it. Still doesn't look bad. It's just not as small as I wanted it, but whatever, that's fine. My next favorite is this. Look how much I got left. I don't have that much left. I've been using this non-stop since I reviewed it. Every single day. This is a great product. I will say only use it one brow at a time. Only work one brow at a time, because once this sets, it freaking sets. It doesn't move, it doesn't budge, which I love, but you gotta work only one brow at a time, because you don't want it to set on you before you're done shaping your brow. This is literally going to be my favorite for a long time because of the price and because of how long this lasts. And I'm serious when I say this thing does not budge. I worked a full 9 hours on top of running errands after that. Like, I wore it for a full, I think 15-16 hours, and it did not move, you guys. And that's after going to the gym, after going to work, all that stuff. This thing did not move, and I freaking love it. Favorite mascara. I'm loving how this looks. This is what the mascara gives you. It literally gives my lower lashes a really nice look, but also my upper lashes, not as much. I never really have much luck when it comes to my upper lashes. Last but certainly not least, it's gonna be this lip from L'Oreal. It's the color L'Oreal color Riche in the shade Le Rose Activist, and this is the shade. So pretty, So freaking pretty. And I'm going to layer it on top with this shade from Fenty. It is the Gloss Bomb in Fuchsia Flex. So let me show you what the shade looks like on its own. This is like one of the best formulas in a lipstick that I've had in a long time. Do you see that shade? Now, I don't wear lip liner really, so what I do is I take a brush and line it with the lipstick. See what I mean? It's so pretty. All right, let me put the gloss so you guys can see what it looks like. Beautiful, right? All right, let me do my hair and I will be right back. Alrighty guys, this is the finished look with my hair done. It doesn't look all messed up and frizzy anymore. Highly recommend everything I've used today, and that's the end of this video. If you like videos like these or other sort of makeup videos, please comment down below, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye.